Alright, now the question is, does it work? Fucking, I would hope so. I am managing the stream to win. Alright, time to game the video the game. Did it download? It did not. Right then, what the hell do I do? Vessel. Cool. Of the freaking devil. Let us see if it works or not. Probably not. Let us see if it works or not. Probably not. Let us see if it works. Now we go into the interface thing because I gotta turn off my FPS counter. There we go, in game. Just show me the FPS. It is loading. Episode 2 is not downloaded. This sucks. I'm gonna kill myself. Well, the achievements are there. Oh, nice, new mechanic. Oh, free viewers, hello. Hello, chat. Right, where the hell is the little linking thing? Because clearly the game refuses to download, so I might as well do something else as that gets fixed or whatever. Unless I am stupid, in which case, oopsies. Whoopsies, whoopsie daisy. Yep, episode 2. Oh, the freaking devil. In that case, I guess I'm just gonna put some music on. Back on. Hello to everyone who is still on, hopefully. Unless, I don't know. Unless, what's the word? Unless it's just bots, that also sometimes happens. Okay, how the hell do I share this? I think I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna have to like go to my, to the thingamajig. To the channel, yes. There we go. To the channel, yes. Copy to clipboard. I guess I'll just go back on Discord for a second so I can actually paste it in. Twitch. yeah. That. Still nothing. So I wonder what the hell is that? That's all about. Like, I don't think I should have to reinstall the game now, should I? I'll check on Twitter if there's like something about it. The freaking devil. Or I could just... I could also check how the rest of the people are doing, because if someone else has the game open already, then I am doing something wrong. Clearly.
It really does it.
It seems absolutely freaking nothing. Okay, cool. Yeah, nobody has it. Okay, good to know. Good to know that nothing works. Unless someone else has it. Ooh, okay, someone got it to work. Yeah, someone got it to work, so clearly I'm the one who's doing something wrong. Where the hell is my mouse? Episode 2 is still not there. Which makes me wonder what the hell is going on. Yes, I have it. I have episode 1 and I have episode 2. Which makes me wonder why it isn't working exactly. Yeah, I have it. So, finish downloads, the DLC is on, I checked. So what the hell is going on? I guess I'll just reinstall it and... Guess what the hell else am I supposed to do? Game isn't very heavy, is it? Yeah, it's like 2 gigabytes on time. Although the Steam is gonna lag a little bit. So watch out for that, I guess. I'll lag a little bit. So watch out for that, I guess. Holy shit, I need to clear my throat. So, watch out for that, I guess. Because the music isn't really loud. Maybe it's just me. It can be a tiny bit louder for now while we wait. Yeah, it doesn't work. But apparently someone got it working, so no clue what that's all about. I mean, I am seeing some people have problems, and I'm seeing some people just turning the game on. So I just have no idea what's the problem. Which is quite unfortunate, because I would love to know what the hell is the problem. I'm just really installing it now, hopefully that will work. If it doesn't, I guess I'll check if there's like an alternative instance. Yeah, because I have both of them on. I just bought it. So don't really see a reason why it wouldn't work. It downloaded. And it is downloaded. Now let's see if it's actually downloaded. The DLC, I mean. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. Otherwise I am kind of screwed, as they call it. I am cooked, I am washed, I am baked, I am covered in oil. This is a work of fiction. Yeah, I figured. Thanks. Wait, Morgan of the Devil isn't real? I'm gonna kill myself. Oh, it's there. Okay, good. We call this one gaming, alright? I would officially announce the gaming as on. You're just lazy, so to in Highroller mode. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Highroller because I like Highroller. Because it's a fun mode. That's fine. Alright. Gotta turn that off, I guess. T4 hands will be increased. The minimum maximum penalties for executing track will be increased. But the maximum penalty will be increased as well, allowing to learn the largest possible high score for credit in this episode. Okay, cool. Completing this episode in Highroller mode will also unlock an exclusive phone chat that can't be earned any other way. Cool. You can turn Highroller mode off at any time in the settings, but in order to turn it back on, you will have to restart this episode. Okay, yeah, I read that before, obviously. For the perfectionist, for a play like a real gambler. Call me a real gambler then. Wait, actually, I'm just gonna do something. Stats, yeah. Stats? I don't want them like. Yeah, this works, okay. And now maybe I can talk like stream info, yeah. This works. Disable tutorials. Yeah, I don't need tutorials. I'm a high roller, as they call them, and I'm rolling high. First question's an easy one. Who's your senator? Matchings. Wait, no. Matchings. I don't know. I'm not gonna go fully accurate. I hope that's alright. Piece of shit still trying to lie to our faces. Wow. Matchings is our senator, man. What? Still? Shit, hey, wake up. Whoa. Brutality. How unkind and very not nice. I will be contacting my lawyers about this. I should probably increase the volume of the game, shouldn't I? Am I stupid? Probably. Okay. I'll just... I guess... I don't know how loud the game is actually, but... I'll just increase the volume by a tiny little bit, you know. Not too much, not too little. Very tiny little bit, you know. Not too much, not too little. Yeah, this seems good. From the top, I guess. What is your name? Ikari, yeah. What year is it? 2086. What did you say last time? 2027? Maybe this stuff's finally working. Dirk doesn't know how to shake. You can't go oopsies. Fa. Again, the head. One thing I said, one thing I asked. Anywhere but the head. Not my fault he's got a punchable face. So we calibrated yet or what? No. But we're as close as we're gonna get with equipment this old. When I get to the real questions, then just need more softening up. I just said I won't soften up in the head. How about it? You still with us, hound? You're gonna feel a migraine hit you like a tram in a few seconds. Do me a favor and hold on to the pain. Let go and the Babyyyyy will drop you like an anchor. Don't want you a vegetable, right? Yeah, that's the spirit. You were a fighter. Question 1. Do you know why you're here? Because you were just booked to do this over a line. I'm always the right amount of spooked red. Oh, hello. New character. Well, there were 3 new characters, but you know, new character design. You know, new character. Yeah, this works. I know, let's listen. Wait, actually, what the hell am I doing? I'm stupid. I should application audio capture of the devil. I should just capture the game instead of the entire thing, so I can check the stream or not. You know, killing. Yeah, there we go. And now let's see. Okay, it works. See? Ooh, new fit. Very nice. Well, it was teased, you know, on Twitter, but still. Pretty cool, pretty nice, pretty cool. Why the hell does it say I'm offline? Why the hell does it say I'm offline? This is stupid. This sucks. Am I actually offline or is Twitch shitting itself? Both are probable. No, it's just Twitch. Okay, good. God damn it. You laughed. Does it mean I conceded the point? You're lighter. Memorize the map? You okay. You kept it pretty vague, but yeah, I think I got the gist of it. You're not worried about the paper trail? Proactive analytics just want a state contract for new trolling algorithms that can de-an an entire city blocks crumbs in less than an hour. I'm pretty sure I know what crumbs are, but maybe someone who doesn't. Maybe there's someone who doesn't know. Internet of Things refers to the network data sharing that goes on between all the countries' electronics that we monitor ourselves with. Most computer security systems buy feedback devices, body modification and prosthetics, and of course, automated dependence. comprise small but vital parts of the network. Without IoT's ability to collect, process, and share information, much of opportunity costs built up as individuals, governments, and private businesses miss out on valuable insight that data has to offer. One of the coolest way that IoT improves our lives is through the usage of crumbs, which is just a parallel to cookies, if I remember correctly. Small packets of data containing your own unique identifying information. True today, as your own IoT devices say hi to other devices, they'll leave behind crumbs as a parting gift. Crumbs allows for paperless identification and payment and help the government manage human and vehicular traffic. Crumbs let you see where you've been so that you can see where you should go. Want to start leaving crumbs hydrate? Don't worry, crumbs are enabled by default. Yep, so the same definition as in the first chapter. Cool. Very cool, very nice. As always. I should start decrease it. I feel like this is genuinely just completely muting me out. I would ask for someone to respond to me on stream, but honestly, I don't think that's gonna happen unless someone wants to. I wouldn't mind. Wait a minute. Yeah, the music seems to be nice. I can make it even a little bit louder. Okay, good. Now back to it. Practical Analytics just won a state contract for new traveling algorithms in Indiana and entire city. But yeah, that I said that already. ... Didn't you read the financial section today? I'm more of a Sudoku gal. We can't all be as well read as Reinhard Daimani. Cool name. Reinhard Diamani, sorry. Reinhard Diamani. Yeah, that's probably, yeah. I'm sending in the links. Read them. And the rest of the news too. Propositions 492 is gonna be on the ballot this year. You shouldn't vote on it blindly. For a guy who makes the majority of his living operating outside the law, you should take your civic duties seriously. Information brokering isn't illegal, but people choose to do with my advice. Do you declare the income for it on your tax? Sorry. I promise to take a look at what you've sent over. Right. Elections coming up, a number of measures related to infrastructure, public roads, and funding for city programs will be on the ballot soon. Read on to get an overview of some of the most hotly anticipated issues you'll be able to vote on in the coming months. Proposition 436.2D. Petition for City Council to commission cost analysis on public schooling. I said public S and I got a little bit scared. And C. No, actually C doesn't work, never mind. Sponsored by Aaron Houston Mayors. So Megs, okay, good. For the last several decades, all education has been handled through private institutions, typically associated with one or more corporate benefactors. Whilst this has eased the expense of childcare and pre-university education for many families, some citizens regularly voice concerns over children being treated as customers first and students second. There are several schools throughout the city that accept students at no cost to their parents, but those are reliant on government subsidies, introducing the potential for waste and corruption, and are generally seen as subpar environments for learning. If enough voters say I to this petition, City Council will commission a study to evaluate the cost and feasibility of reintroducing direct public schooling to the city. Proposition 492.1A, funding of Atlas Pillar rejuvenation process. Sponsored by Schopenhauer's. Wait, what? There's two of them. how industries will come. Voting aye on this measure will direct City Council to fund the renovation and reinforcement of multiple Atlas pillars around the lower wards, paid for by % increase in sales within city limits. Atlas pillars act in sales tax, within the city limits. Atlas pillars act as stabilizing points for the city's canopy, support infrastructure and household transit sectors, allow foot traffic. This was in episode 0. I don't think I need to house all the largest public transit elevators that allow foot traffic to seamlessly flow between the canopy and street level. The measure is generally viewed favorably by representatives from the lower wards, who acknowledge that the necessary construction will be disruptive, but point to language in the proposition that guarantees easing of zoning restrictions around the pillars as vital to reducing unemployment in the target regions. Previous comparable proposals that renovate the city pillars north of the park have been touted as successful examples, and studies have shown that poverty is down and citizen satisfaction is up in the surrounding areas. Some number of city council members representing Uptown District have voted skepticism about these economic benefits, but none have really argued against the architectural reality of the canopy's need for additional structural reinforcement. Which exactly of the city's older Atlas pillars will be targeted for this rejuvenation has yet to be disclosed. Past experience has shown that due to the nature of vertically integrated real estate, property values in the lower wards will either skyrocket or even drop into the negative, based on which pillars are rejuvenated, and the city is wary of disrupting real estate market in the lower wards with rampant outside funded speculation. Proposition 493.1a. Naming Atlas pillars to honor local community figures, sponsored by Danford Johnson, Sanku Ho, I don't know. Will come. Nicknamed the Pillars of the Community Project in the headlines. Prop 493 seeks to rename the Atlas pillars around the city after local leaders and national figures, replacing the current system where pillars are given alphanumerical destinations based on the streets they are brought up top of. Members of the City Council have spoken explicitly for or against the measure, but polls show general support among the citizenry, with some questions about how the new names will be chosen. Atlas was originally an internal name for the super infrastructure constructs, but leaked blueprints and contractor word of mouth spread the moniker, and it has become rooted itself in the culture in the years since, despite having what the mayor at the time reportedly described in private as an ominous ring to it. Right. Commission of reports on victims of acid snow. That doesn't sound good. Acid snow, not very good. Generally, I would say that's pretty bad, actually. The acid snow incident sits prominently at the front of the public conscience following the Greyfall documentary that premiered earlier this year. Previously underreported on, while the industrial accident did not create snow and did not in fact add acid to that volume, the film's eyewitness accounts of the scary children received that early morning nearly 2 decades ago as they played in what they thought was an unreasonable snowfall has spurred public outcry. If this proposition receives enough ayes in the ballot box, the city will commission a full investigation into the victims of the incident, including assessment of damages for what could one day be a public fund for medical treatment. Critics of the proposition argue that after 20 years, 3 of the victims will still be residents of the city, assuming they can be found at all. Others point to the state lawsuit Kendu Chemicals settled 15 years ago as sufficient compensation for the victims, though one of the conditions of the settlement Kendu did not admit any fault or wrongdoing on the part of the corporate leadership. Alright, I am now properly politically aware. How can you be so calm? A chance like this doesn't come around. Well, ever. Frankly, I'm still surprised they were willing to put up the funds it took to commission this thing. What do you think changed? Nothing ever changed. Nothing ever changes. Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever fucking happens. That's true. That's true. Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. Is what I would say if I was feeling dramatic. Heartbreak made organized crime look like a bunch of cowards hiding under rocks. Is what I would say if I was feeling comedic. Don't joke about heartbreak before sending a woman off to the lower worlds by herself. Cause you're such a delicate flower in need of protection. Hello, Morgan. The funny looking red ones. Licorice radiata. Yeah, this is new, so I'm gonna read it. Criminal defense attorney, power washers, lamp chops, prime numbers, picture felt the violin, blackjack, Texas Hold'em, CeeLo, Mahjong, E-card. Fried and runny. Oh, she knows what's up. She knows what's up. I mean, there was no doubt, but you know, yeah. How about you start feeling analytic and give me your real answer? Fine. In my humble opinion, the rest made the first move. Demand for the products has gone up and they set up work. There's syringes and cleavers and vans. Okay, why is Discord just not turning on? Do I have it like running in the background or some shit? Yeah, probably. Okay. Cleavers and vans. Little chop shops hunting for product to fill the supply gap. Supply gap? You can spit without landing on a Vitruvian cliff house, the biggest it's ever been. What ones are being printed on demand? I don't think I'm gonna have to read that yet. Although it's pretty sure we have body mods, small body mods, you can see different history, more modifications and differentiation by shift from interesting factories, expression of identity to extrinsic motivations, job opportunities, technological benefits, improvements, physical or mental ability. Historically based on the section of the cross span for the interfacing occurs at thoracic lumbar or cervical. This doesn't account for muscle which interact directly with the brain. Human brain, the increased prevalence of the so-called above-the-neck modding in recent years led to several corporations and medical organizations proposing their own new classification system, but so far none have gained much traction. What was our being It's replacement parts, not the mod that the rest harvest. Vitruvian, Howland, and their brothers aren't interested in helping to fix a faulty pump, they just want to sell the model. The rest might not always be pretty, look at the pretty low. Every law-abiding citizens will gladly swallow their distaste for a discount that steep. A lot of murders of veterans, not easy prey. Correct, hence the Rusts stopped piling weapons, and in response, the blue blood sensing escalation. But that's just my hypothesis. Every time I get pulled into a valley and wake up missing a kidney, we'll call it a formal theory. Wait, no, I ever get pulled into an alley and wake up missing a kidney, we'll call it formal theory. Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's not like we're talking about the weapon of mass extraction. What makes the Blues think they can win a gang war with it? Maybe they found the right soldier to wield it. The idea lingers in the air for a moment as I gaze out the window. Windows and advertisements galore float up past us like bubbles of air as we make our descent. Down into our beautiful scenic lower worlds. How's this part go again? Through me the city of the woe, through me the eternal low, through me the way among the lost. Inferno, Canto 3. Whoa, Canto 3? This is just like my favorite game, Olympus Company. I'm just gonna take a little screenshot. A little screenshot for me, just for me. Just for me. Welcome to the underworld, Dante. 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 Welcome to the underworld, Dante. You're going to the Inferno, Dante. It's said by Diamani, which is the same person. I don't know why they're blacking out or whatever. Sometimes hot, sometimes misty, sometimes shocking, poison. Yeah. Always dark. That the official forecast? More accurate than whatever's on your phone. Between the skyscrapers, the generators, the turbines and the canopy, every city block got its own climate down here. 9 circles of fresh hell. If you get the reference, say something. Don't make me feel crazy for 5 minutes so you can feel smart for 5 seconds. The smog of the lower worlds lingers on your skin long after you make the climb back out. This place clings to you, unwanted, cloying attachment. But there's an honesty to all human interaction down here that makes it trivial for me to navigate. It's got a nightlife rife of opportunities for someone with my particular interest. Sorry, I couldn't get anything else to work with. It was short notice. I know, better than to bet against you by now, Red. But still. It's sweet of you to worry. But this is a surefire thing. Spoken like a true addict. I mean it. I'm here for business, not pleasure. I don't plan on leaving anything to chance. The gambler doesn't plan on leaving anything to chance. We're cooked. We're boiled, we're cooked, we're washed, and we are cleaned and polished. Avoid the popular streets run away for bright please thought, what the fuck? I'm playing the game? I'm playing the video game? Follow the trail of graffiti and broken cameras past food stands and steam vents down the rabbit hole. Wait, am I playing? Sounds more complicated than it actually is in the practice. It's easy to end up on the wrong side of town as long as you're trying to. Okay, so I'm not actually... Okay. Fair enough. Lol. Rainer's map narrowed the search a lot more than I expected, but I'll be on my own from here on out. It's gonna be one of these 3 buildings. Wait, why the fuck? Yeah, the sound works, okay. Wait, the lock's fucking... Let's get over what I know. Looking for a base of operation for a mid-tier kind of pod. Rougher than a storefront, not as fortified as headquarters. Location that makes customers feel safe, not trapped. Of course, if I just start knocking on doors, they'll probably find me, with weapons drawn. So if I want to be smart about this, I better use all my senses. Alright. Cool. What? I'm not auto-finding. Okay, I can examine, scope out this, check this. A bit cleaner than the other buildings around here. Could be someone spending money on upkeep. Maybe this one's just been torn down and rebuilt at least. The least. There are a couple bodies lingering around outside it. They didn't exactly have that organized criminal associate edge. Orca. Organized criminal associate. Okay, it's short at least. Organized criminal associate is a label most widely used within law enforcement for individuals who are members of criminal organizations, supplanting a terminology used during the first half of the 21st century. In accordance with changes to the organization of recruitment for and internal culture within organized crime. Frequently abbreviated with some artistic liberty as orcs or the more common orcas. Law enforcement professionals often use related nomenclature when discussing organized criminal activity in informal settings. For example, an orca may be referred to as a killer whale, kale, or KW. As a group of orcas may be called a pod, while a known gathering place may be labeled a den. The rest, yeah, domestic criminalization, the rest, yeah, I figured that one out. Loose connections. Oh my god, it's the United States of America. Other new laws classified as terrorism. That's crazy. So there's civil unrest in 6 minutes. Could not survive on their own, as virtually all the members could be detained indefinitely. In fact, more members were suspected of racketeering. Racketeering. Yeah, it's just... Oh, as a business, okay. Makes sense, I guess. And the new laws that classified gang activity as terrorism. While the rest have evolved since chaotic information, the spirit of it lives on in highly divisive culture of the rest component cells, or pods. Law enforcement officials disagree on whether the rest meets the definition of a criminal organization, and many agree that gangs that make it up are capable of operating completely independently of one another. Some people hypothesize that the rest serves simply as a shadow of a cave on the cave wall, intended to make smaller gangs' patterns of violence seem like less well-organized planning. No, seem like well-organized planning, okay. As it stands, the Rust is known for its black market operations in illegal and illicitly sourced mods, offering military-grade or foreign-produced mods to civilians. They are particularly known for regularly assaulting and ripping mods out of their victims for resale. Historically, the Rust have been associated with elevated levels of gang violence, earning themselves a fearsome reputation that has fortunately limited their ability to assimilate themselves into other segments of society. However, in People v. Harmony K system, the Citadelish that Harmony K had on the organization approached the Rust as a kind of extra-legal mercenary force when pursuing aggressive market negotiations with their competitors. The case was ultimately settled out of court for an undisclosed penalty amount, but misinformation has persisted ever since, claiming that the rest have endured despite this violent tendencies to the being sheltered from consequences by corporations who contract the rest as deniable mercenaries. Alright, I see. So it's like the Maelstrom, that one mission from Cyberpunk 2077. Or were those Valentinos? Can't quite remember. I'm pretty sure they were Valentinos, whatever. They don't have exactly that Orca edge. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. A lot of pods will pay civilians good money just to keep their eyes open. It's certainly dark, but there's a camera out front, and it's not broken. Overall, it's probably just some mechanic's garage that sells on the power to save money at night. Okay. Yay. Well, this place looks like shit. Looks more like a hound, just right enough for users to pass out in than anything else. It's plenty inconspicuous, but the leader of this level I'm looking for would be considered a main man, respectable. I doubt they'd be willing to have to step over trash constantly just to keep a low profile. Anything else I'm missing here other than this? I guess this, yeah. Ones are all dark, like no one's home, but they're all shut too, so it could be that they're just tinted. Alley's clear. Fire escape's still there for the most part, could pass an alternate exit if need be. The door looks sturdy enough to bounce a bullet off. Someone's been renovating. Okay, might as well pull that trigger. Dingy but not a shithole. Some secure features but the paint's not too shiny. Goldilocks takes it, that's my best bet. But why? Why do I feel like I'm being watched? Unideal. Oh, hello. Cool scarf. Yeah, hello. ... Hey, kid, question mark. Great acting. You're supposed to be the lookout? Red Hood. What did you say? People come down here to be anonymous or the closest thing to it in the modern day. It's considered poor etiquette for stir someone for more than a moment. It's faux pas to make an effort to memorize someone. Remember, yes sir. Commenting on another stress isn't a slap to the face, but it is odd. Go away? At least they can take a direction. Whatever, look at being around, just concentrate to pick the right building. Time to trade door. Not to make them open up. I like call as in call out or just call them. I assume just knocking would work. No answer? Should I have tried knocking in a pattern? Shave and a haircut. No, that would be silly. I guess I'll just call them. Hey. Oh no, it's call out. Okay, you open? Maybe not for me. Yeah, sure, money. I have money. Actually, I have a dark card. That should have provoked a reaction. A grand footsteps, something. Place my hand against the door absent-mindedly. I need to move to plan B. And I feel movement. Log speaking checked. Perhaps a doorknob palmed? Anxiety and curiosity pit against one another by an unlocking greed. How do you enter a closed room? First you try pushing. And that doesn't work naturally. You forget it. I'll find some other. No need for master gears or any other trickery. If you know what you're doing, doors will open for you. Like magic. There's not the only thing that's been reinforced around here. This apartment building? Motel? Whatever it used to be. Someone made a lot of effort to file it down. Always blocked with chicken wire and stripped furniture, exit panels ripped out, doors welded shut. They took a maze and ground it down to the one-way street. Or maybe a shooting gallery. A blaring musical accompaniment. Don't get any ideas. Got no vacancy. And here I thought I found my dream home, Mr. Call me Trey. And too bad, we're closed this month. Per second, 177.62. Whoa. Occupation freelancer. Likes vending machines, skate parks, ice chips. Dislikes rich kids, fried food and cops. Oh man, I like fried food. Loitering. 3 arrests, 0 convictions. Larceny, 2 arrests, 1 conviction. I gotta look up what larceny is because I'm stupid. It's just theft. Okay. Nonsense on the court. Okay. Wait, you're serious? You rent these out? Of course we do. This is a business. Right, and you still out of demand? This is the lower words, bitch. Besides the word found emphasis like a subconscious honorific. Not a nerd, but I can find it in myself to be offended either. Tons of straight acts will pay top for side to lay low a night or two. I can see why. This is the hallway. The rooms are clean. Sure. Right. Look, the doors are heavy, the locks are all physical, and it's quiet. So this is a safe house for rent. safe rooms for rent. Like I said, we're not open for business right now. Curious. Come on, up the stairs already. And no mask when you get up there. And curious. Good mask like a good pair of boots in the lower wards. Keeps you clean, keeps you moving, makes your journey a dozen times more comfortable. And if you leave the house barefoot, you can expect to bring back something unsavory attached to you. It's not odd for him to be barefaced, but demanding that I not wear mine is... Seriously, stuff it in your pocket now. I guess I'll just deflect. Forget I was wearing it. Why so nervous though? We're not... I mean, I ain't nervous. Nothing to worry about then. Yeah, but you need to lose these clothes too. So that's the game. This isn't a power move, it's insurance. This place if it gets busted, evidence more visible will be all over the place. They're giving their customers extra incentive to make sure this shit smokes like the shithole remains a hidden gem. A reasonable idea on their part, but that doesn't change my answer. That's not happening. Bitch. Whatever, have fun explaining to the boss why you can't follow basic instructions. That does sound fun. Watch it, you're a guest here. A guest? I'm a paying customer. If you try to get me to remove any more articles of clothing, I'm leaving a scathing review. You haven't paid yet. Come on. Right behind you. Through here? Yeah, hey, I'll get the door. Huh? Holy shit. Howdy. Where the hell did you find her? Must have fallen out the canopy like rape as shit fruit. Ripe. Ripe? Ripe. With an I. Because she didn't fall out of the damn sky. That's me. That mean Trey opened the door for her. Right, Trey? Thanks. Come on, she... Holy. Is that a fucking flintlock? the handle is fun. The grip looks like it. Parkour is breaking things just like Birkins, Watton, Saints, cops. First, no charges pressed. 3 hours to conditions. Incarceration, 18 juvenile corruption it comes. Yup. It looks like he was in juvie. How hard is it not to open a goddamn door? Well, she has... Shut up. The others aren't phased by the volume. This is normal, the big guys always like this. The Southverse is giving me a moment to take in the scenic view. Brings a tear to the eye. You. Me? Who else? Hit that. Cigarette? It's laced with drugs. Or don't. I'd love an excuse to kick your ass back down those stairs. Do you think I'm a cop? Do you think I'm a cop and cops can use drugs with undercover? I could quote them the exact law that invalidates illegal offense, but rather it wouldn't assuage their concerns. Well, what's it gonna be? Don't mind if I do. I love free shit. Hey. Damn, bitch, breathe. But you offered Trey. What the hell is this? This red bitch trying to jinx us? She's a customer. I know she's a customer. We got customers every other day of the goddamn year. But you have to bring her in here tonight. There we go. This is it, I found the place. Well, Creek, she's got... Look at me. Don't talk to Creek, talk to me. She's got a dark card. Around the cereal downstairs, Scanner's got caught like a wandworm and trying to crunch it, so... It's legit, right? Dark card, huh? Lakers Creek Christoph. Entrepreneur. Making money, making friends, dislikes doctors. Grand theft cases miss like evidence. Extortion cases miss do with actually can't pronounce any. It's PM. Yeah, sure. I'll print this shit out. Wait. I nod. Hard not to start playing a little more conservatively once you know the stakes. Whatever the specifics of the leadership structure, they're looking to this creek right now. But I don't know his rhythm yet, so I can't exactly match it. For the moment, silence is golden. Yeah, but tonight, Creek? With all the other shit we're expected to shovel? Hey, shouldn't make talk like that in front of the customer. You think that word was all toothpaste the way he spat it out? Translation, outsider. Thanks, yeah, Miller, I know. Tradesman. Like horror films, bubblegum terrariums. It's like the police, gin, and cops. For arrest 4 convictions, extortion 2 arrest 0 convictions, littering no incidents on the report. All the more reason we should tell this bitch to get slagged. Look, she's here now, so why not take her money? Know what? I got a better idea. Ooh. Apply directly to the forehead. That's gonna be my new wallpaper. The loud one tanks, especially a barrel directly into my forehead. That looks like that still looks like a flintlock. I take her for all she's got. The metal feels cool on my skin. Reminds me of a stethoscope. Breathe in. Try not to sigh the theatrics. Instead I make eye contact with Creek. Hey now. You can put that away. He reholstered his firearm with as much as a click of the tongue. Mid-tears like I thought. They've got something approaching discipline. Mind the safety. Get screwed. So be good. We're good. We are good, right, Creek? Threading a thin needle, lady. Lot of moving parts need the surface here. Give me a minute to clear my schedule for you. Make yourself at home in the meantime. Just don't hover, yeah? Of course. You won't even notice I'm here. Yeah, it works for some reason. Ooh! Hey Nova. Holy shit, sorry, fucking... I somehow missed it. Holy shit, how did I miss that? I'm a dummy. Alright, I'm fucking gaming. Where the hell is my... Yeah, there we go. Digging inventory over here? Ouch. Must have caught you on the worst night of the quarter. Quarter? These aren't a mega operation, lady. We take our inventory daily. Torture. I'm gonna suggest we put it all down on a spreadsheet, get everyone and sign off every hour. We got a special name for everything with more than one signature of it on it. A cricket case. Okay, that's not something I know. Combating Racket Influence and Corrupt Criminal Organization Act. Critical. Accompanying racketeer influence and corrupting criminal. Is the game a little bit loud? I don't know. Act provides increased law enforcement powers and impunity when investigating and prosecuting organized criminal charges. The CRICO Act allows for prosecutors to link multiple individual charges of racketeering, contraband, smuggling, or other smaller infractions into a criminal conspiracy charges against the entirety of a criminal organization. Though much of the law was built off previous legislature designed to assist prosecutors in fighting organized crime, the CRICO Act is distinct in that it makes clear the distinction between criminal organizations and corporations that may be operating in violation of the law, considered necessary to adapt to changes in the drug trafficking, gambling, and sex work industries. What? Wait. Okay. Before the CRICO Act, prosecutors would at times seek to designate corporation engaging in aggressive market on or cartel-like behavior as criminal organizations, arguing that their structure does not significantly differ from what might be called the mafia. Post-CRICO, corporations with legal business charters registered within the state are effectively immune to criminal conspiracy charges and instead prosecuted through the trade courts. Some of the most liberal-leaning members of the judicial system have argued that this emboldens certain aggressive corporate behaviors and complicates attempt to prosecute criminal organizations who make some amount of their profits through legally registered and operating businesses. Others point to the relatively higher penalties in the trade court as sufficient deterrent for criminal activity on the behalf of either corporate or mafia parties. In criminal courts, sentences for individuals can be as severe as life in prison, but in trade courts, guilty verdicts can result in entire companies being deregistered and all their assets being acquired by the state. Users how to frequently shares, how to avoid CRICO charges easy, prisoner's dilemma explained, this is illegal together with right. AMEG is just a mega corporation, I'm not rereading this. And the showed Megan said the individual who defended the condition that right. He's corrupting the CRICO acronym a lot, but his risk assessment isn't misguided. Paperwork brings down more criminal organizations than guns ever will. Give a half-decent account at one threat to pull and they can rip apart the mafia in less than a business day. Hey, what did Craig say? Don't hover. It's only hovering if I'm bothering you. Am I bothering you? If you were bothering me, you'd know it. Do I talk? Do I pester? Talk pester. Yeah, I guess I'll talk to this guy. He seems interesting. What? Nothing. You're just kind of glaring at me. It's my job to glare suspect bitches like you. Thanks is just superstitious. Though I wouldn't call it a superstition until it stops keeping you alive. I'm not. They pass a black cat on my way or something? It's your clothes. Again? No, your fine establishment had a dress code. It's not a code, it's just Pat got them black to wear red. But like to see red, man. Same thing. Now you see the red hood, then you fear for your life, because playing as her is weird, but it won't doom you. Great, it will only doom us. I don't think I've heard this particular ghost story, boys. Really? You're blending in so well. Red Rider Hood, the Shinigami? Grim Reaper of the lower worlds? Spot her in the misty night, adopted by morning light. Come on, Creek, don't start that shit when you don't even believe it. You don't have to believe it to have heard the rhyme. You've never heard the Red Rider Hood? Little girl in the fog in the big red raincoat? Missed it in the crossfire of a shootout between pigs and robbers wanders the world seeking revenge. Nope, never. slang meaning to shoot, to or to kill, that originates from the bloody spray produced from a mother's fire, and projectile makes contact with living tissue. Again, this size could miss a crowd within 100 meters. Okay, cool. No, never. Though even uptowners knew this. Thought even uptowners knew this stuff. You gonna tell me you've never heard of the cyberpunk? Ooh, or the Little North next? Originally, the term contains short science fiction story and later having grown into a genre all its own. Cyberpunk or cyberpunk historically has referred to a counterculture centered around the themes of underdogs resisting powerful corporate or government forces to digital guerrilla warfare. I'm not sure that's all there is to it, but okay. But the genre has persisted to modern times and evolved in numerous ways over the last 2 decades. It has taken on new meaning as a kind of mythologized world of being for the adolescent or disaffected to aspire to. A code of conduct that emphasizes anti-authoritarianism, community organizing, corporate disengagement, and socio-economic consciousness. A so-called secular cyberpunk has become the first 21st century man without a name, a wonder with their own rule of law. Cultural critic Simon Essentia summarized the appeal of thus: there is no such thing as a 21st century hero. Is it any wonder the most valuable among us turn to the past for guidance? Users of the recent search, get ready with me, Cyberpunk, the 99 Man explained, are co-ops illegal? Guys, I don't have a good ear for this kind of thing. Or maybe you're just not as smart as you think you are. Says the grown man sweating because of a ghost story. How about I take extra care not to walk under any ladders for the rest of the night and we call it even? Walk under any... Where would you even find that? Oh, do you mean step ladder? And that's who... No, who's afraid? You look pale as a spirit. Because for some reason I just got a horrible feeling I lost a pet. I interrupt the game? What's your poison? 5-card, full blind, Monaco rules? Are those games? You just screw around with whatever we've got to kill time, lady. You know your stuff. You haven't played. You ever played out here? No, no one. Now and then. Tell you go slamming for kite games? Now and then. Ever seen you at the game before? Maybe by the 30s. Sorry, must have been some other redhead. Thought I finally got my second chance at getting my beauty's contracts. You practice that one a lot? Practice it a little. How's it working? Keep practicing. Alright. One person left the bother, it seems. Good buddy, looking at the sweaty. Well, that's just cause I was exercising before you showed up. Uh-huh. But you don't believe me? What do you think would defend what's ours here? Down here, I assume the gun I was acquainted with just now played that role. We can afford to break the bank on bullets. It's easy to buy a gun, pulling triggers also easy. Like kissing it goodbye. It'll rat you out first chance it gets. An aversion to firearms would explain the relatively low fatalities for gun-related violence. The big names can afford to buy a new gun every week, but for someone beneath them, it comes down to crowbars, clubs, knives, and mods. Well, I'm sure you all do very well in your fist fights. Fist fight is juvie. Sounds like reckless shit. Sorry. Fisticuffs? Fancy. Laugh it up. The first time you hear the sound of a steel makes caving a skull, and you'll get exactly how we operate. Right, sorry. Fuck, I guess that's it. There's nearly as sturdy as the one at the front, but a lot more slapped together. What was it originally? That was the walk-in freezer or something? What? No, we had an agreement about hovering, yeah. Yeah. It's better from this side. Alright, come here, pull up a chair. Let me ask you something before we get started. What was your first job? Waitress. Remember this feeling? 9 PM, dinner filter out, doors close at 10. I'll start turning off the grills, taking out the trash, settling down. Then some mob breeder comes in at 9:40 with big blank eyes, expecting you to find him a table. Oh, I know that feeling very well. I know that feeling very, very, very well. Yeah. Yeah, asshole behavior. Not breaking any rules, can't arrest him, can't shoot the guy. Even if you wanted to. So, related note. You're here to buy, a paying customer, happy to have you. Just read the room, okay? Sure. No haggling. No, what are you here for? Well, can't be honest about that. Time to build a story. This creature seems less high-strung than the others. He must have a few years and a couple of promotions under his belt. He might be on the 3rd floor at the moment, but in spirits he's still on the street, earning. Everyone above him is in more managerial positions. He's in between the crowds, isolated, and he seemed entertained by him poke at the big guy. Putting that all together, I'm not actually here for myself. Truth is, I can't hear anything over the damn screen. I grab the remote sitting on the edge of the desk and turn up the screen. That's better. What did you do that for? It was too loud. I like it loud. Screws with bugs and wires and cops. Are you a cop? Keeping that volume could damage your ears. You'll end up yelling all the time. Relax, thanks. Could raise some flag. She smoked enough with her shitty roll too. I was gonna say fall over, but you seem sober? Me? Got chrome lungs or something? I've just always had a very high tolerance for that kind of thrill. You can do a bunch of drugs and not even enjoy it? Shit, you must have been popular in school. Not exactly. But clearly I'm not invincible, Lebanon. I'd never talk about myself if I wasn't at least a little stoned. My bad, we usually pride ourselves on not giving a shit what our customers are. Thanks for making me the exception. No, like I was saying, I'm actually for someone else. My boss, to tell you the truth. That sucks. Does the original manager want a mate to order heart attack at his retirement party or something? You're not that far off. His son's turning 18 and he wants a party. An organic party. What's that supposed to mean? Supposed to mean? Hell if I know. Heyo, hi, what's going on? I'm playing the video game. It's called Of the Devil, second chapter. Pretty cool. We're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. I'm playing my favorite fucking video game. How am I not gonna do well, you know? I smoked a few times in college. So boss goes away and hands me his dark card, slaps me on the rear and sends me down here. Don't regret everything stands need for the best graduation ever. Huh, that's rough. Pretty late like yourself shouldn't be stuck running errands at this hour. Not in this part of the city. It's not safe. Speaking of which, Miller, stand up, raise your hands. What do I think? It's... I mean, so far I just started the second episode. Well, third, technically. You know, I've had fun with it before. It's one of my favorite games, so, you know, yeah, pretty good. I would recommend to anyone who asks. So far it's just, you know, some setup, the low stakes criminal activity, you know, nothing too crazy. But you know, I'm sure shit will get more interesting soon. Let's see. What do I play? I mean, I used to play Night Train like a little bit before, but you know, not really playing too much these days. I guess I mostly just play Nimbus Company. It's like a, you know, an RPG kind of, mostly story focused, like half and half visual novel and just RPG fighter. It's pretty good, I would say. Also, I have 1,000 hours in it. Indeed, other game, not in this game. It would be hard for me to have 1,000 hours just in the game. Although, you know, if I figured out how to do that, you know, honestly that would be an achievement. Alright, I've been also getting back into Team Fortress 2 lately, but it's not really anything, you know, committal, I guess. Anywho. I oblige, but the lanky one keeps staring at me oddly, looking me up and down. It's not complimentary. Search all night. I am planning on playing it someday, yes. A lot of my friends have been playing Silk Song lately. But I don't know. I'll definitely check it out someday. Like, I assume. I've been thinking actually about starting it like soonish, you know, next few weeks, maybe like a month. Yeah, I've heard really good game. I would probably like it too. You just, you know, it's hard to what's the word? It's hard to like get on like a game like that. You know, I heard it's expansive. It's pretty big. It's no, I don't think I can. I don't think my I don't think my free time can afford another game that I would be completely obsessed with right now. And it does sound like a game that I would like totally fuck with. So you know. Anywho, this is gonna be a long chapter, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna go back to reading. Necessary, fucking not necessary. What's the word? Necessary. I don't know. Whatever. It's priced about to be what 14. Yeah. I heard it's not that expensive. Again. I'm searching for something. See, normally I would never be this poor of a host. It's such a nice customer, but bosses, right? Yeah. Mine have been real micromanaging lately. It's kind of becoming a problem. So, we're taking a little more care around new faces. Tags inside the jacket around the left pocket. Size aren't modded. I give it away with my body language. I've got something for you if you don't mind. Can I share it? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Something about the share with the class. I should probably turn on like auto or something, although I don't think I'll be able to keep up with it. Forgot I had that, maybe? Yes, I have a knife on me. Should I have declared that on my papers? Would have been the polite thing to do, yeah. Sorry for the poor manners. But I'm pretty late like me, this part of town. Guess I was just being careful around new faces. Alright. You're letting her keep it? I got you here to protect us. Have to wonder though. Why the high powered corporate money mover shaker common person? I'm a digital with 45 years of experience. Alright, sick, cool. Good for you. Why the high powered corporate shaker why come to us? Why not go across the side, look over the nearest Ikaraya owned dispensary? Running a small business, I would like to create something for you. No, I'm sorry, I'm not really looking forward to like commissioning anyone right now. Sorry. I want to cross the sidewalk of that means Ikaraya owned a dispensary. Kijit night, ironically boys, the hell are they suspicious about? And who are the Ikaraya? The name sounds vaguely familiar, but well, I can read between the lines that the competition So if these blue bloods are being this cautious around the paying customers, I can shame them over it. The international criminal organization, more commonly known as the Blue Bloods, originated in the early 21st century as an offshoot of the Eastern Hemisphere towards the subsumed various dock workers units. No, I'm again, I don't think I'm ever planning to commission anyone, and if I do, I have friends I would probably rather commission. You know, I would rather pay people I know. Sorry, not again. No offense to you. You're just not looking for anyone to commission right now, or just in general. Worsening international corporate regulations or decreasing job opportunities at this time made it difficult for traditional unions to gather and maintain bargaining power. Simultaneously, many tried struggle as increasing nationalism around the globe, combined with improvements in border security made by profit margins for smuggling smaller and smaller, even as demand for foreign goods went increasingly unmet. Historians and criminologists debate on the exact origin of the Blue Bloods, and even among ex-members there remains debate about which side approached which or when the Blue Bloods became a distinct identity. What is agreed upon is that by the mid-21st century, the Blue Bloods were a significant presence in every major trade port around the world, smuggling goods across borders and extorting multinational corporations by threatening to withhold or destroy merchandise as they entered the country. Domestically, the Blue Bloods seem to have given serious consideration toward legitimizing their identities for a time, acquiring legal characters of business for many of their shipping and security operations during the 2050s. This same period also saw a cooling of hostilities between the Blue Blood and many of their rivals, with gang-related violence dropping precipitously. Yeah, that's how we say it, I think. Several disruptions and suspected changes in leadership during the 60s, however, reversed this trend. While the Blue Bloods remained a major player on the global criminal trafficking market, their status of criminal concern was originally downgraded to moderate by the state during the 2070s. Most criminologists agree that their national presence... Okay, so that was about okay. Agreed that their national presence is now relatively weak and has remained so for long enough. Their organization's broader global leadership is likely uninterested in expanding the resources it would take to change the status quo. Cool. I mean, sure, everyone knows the Karaya have taken the lion's share of the city. I just didn't realize they had a monopoly too. Hey, get it straight. Their career won't be on top anymore once we... Never mind. Can we not do business? No one said that. So what will it be? Well, I don't want any of these kids choking on their own foam, even if it would be funny to watch. I figured just about a bunch of downers and maybe a handful of uppers. That half of them get high off the atmosphere. Downers, huh? I've got the new tritation of lime. Lasts for hours. Yeah, they can stir the watered down beers. Wait, new titration? Titration, yeah. No one's gonna shit themselves, are they? No. Not until the morning, at least. Alright, well, I can live with that. What have you got on the other end? Got plenty long as they don't mind hippos. Hypodermics? I feel like baby shark types would get nervous around needles. You got anything they can inhale? Well, got a lot of nerve. Fast bump, high plateau, and a smooth ride down. Our bestseller. Sounds great. Unfortunately, it's in high demand, so... Alright, not that long, I guess. Metahexpenadol is an illegal stimulant sold in black markets as a recreational drug under a street name Nirvana, sometimes shortened to Nerve. When taken as an inhalant, it is a variant with mild hallucinogenic properties. In recent months, its growing popularity has led many to suspect that drugs have been assessed for legalization by the Bureau of Narcotics Oversight. The process of considering a drug for legalization is kept strictly confidential in order to prevent rampant speculation in the pharmaceutical market. However, increase in the sales of precursor chemicals for making metahexanil seems to indicate that producers are anticipating its legalization nonetheless. The relative obscurity of said precursor chemicals has made the uptake particularly noticeable, as supply is not being able to keep up with the elevated demand. Possession, production of, use of, or tracking in metahexanil is a crime, even if when a drug is legalized, previous violations of a narcotic law are not granted amnesty. Sick. I hate that he's selling me drugs, but is he needing to sell me drugs? It's not my card anyway. Charge it. Gladly. WA is doubled like that. He almost looks like a white collar. Checks out, right? The serious legit, so yeah, man. You already said that. It's encrypted. It's not meant to be a one-tap purchase. Dark card. The gold standard of untraceable fund transfer among the criminals and financial elite. The average citizen wasn't recognized as anything special. It looks like any other credit or debit card. Only reason I recognize it is because they got flashed all the time back at my apprenticeship. Mostly for drawing lines, but sometimes for purchasing. Hard to convert the funds back into cash, but if you want to buy or sell on the black markets, you couldn't ask for better. So what the hell is going on? I'm dangling some very enticing bait here. An amendable mark, spending money that's not her own, they should be salivating over me. Instead, they're practically x-raying me. Why? Interesting decor. Finally, someone notices. It's nice, right? It's called cherrywood. Read the pint myself, finish I had imported. It is a nice piece of furniture creak. But it was referring to the paperweight. Hmm? Oh, yeah, that. You like it? Sure. It has a certain rustic simplicity. But it's not exactly gleaming. Have you considered giving it a polish? That would be a crime. Oh. Polishing of the battle scars from a hard-won prize. Prize? It's not yours? It's something I picked up on the job. A masculine voice muffled, possibly gagged. And stifled as if pained. Seems like I'm not their only guest tonight. Really? We should leave the music on, lady. Sorry, you say something? I completely spaced out just now. Didn't hear a word you said. Okay, that's okay. I didn't say anything. Because you're so stupid you can't even mind your own business. Speaking of my business, how are we looking? The card's still processing. Sorry about that. Because it takes time to snake a wire through enough pinholes that even the almighty state can track it. Takes power too, apparently. Battery's plummeting. But their card. Almost more trouble than it's worth. Definitively didn't do its previous owner any good. Oh, I'm sure. Firm pumped it off his corpse. Your boss must be a careful guy, delegating you to come down here with this. Yeah, maybe. Not very smart, though. He has no idea what any of this shit costs. Ah. For judging myself after I finish this, it's not like he'd even ever know the difference. Good on you ripping off that bastard, a woman after my own heart. There it is. Now I just need 2 thumbs and a password for verification, and we're golden. There's a problem? Yeah, is there a problem? No problem. Sorry, just something I heard. What's that? The Blue Plus had gotten something special recently. Can't trust everything you hear out there. Or read. Or see. No, of course not. But is it true? A no mask? Like the man said, you gotta be more careful what story to listen to. Come on, what could it even cost? A couple of thousand? I wouldn't know, I'm no art appraiser. But I do know that it's rare. Fun fact, no means talent. But I don't think that translation does it justice. Less than a dozen people on the planet can make them. What's so special about it? I mean, damn, if they exist, but wish they don't. Found a mask, you already got one on your chin, lady. Tate puts up cameras, we put on masks. State found layer scans, we wear helmets. High-tech climbs higher, low-tech punches low, they were back and forth up the escalators. But no masks got tech that can't be answered. Scissors sharp enough to cut rock. Anti-facial recognition, fractalized active defense. Afrad. And the MRI scanner ad looks like that mask. They'll see a face. Automated dependent. I'm not rereading that. Within a face until fatal error. Forget hiding from cameras, searching for blind spots. But no mask, you could just walk down the busiest street in the city and break every camera in half a kilometer. You know your stuff. Buyer beware. But if that mask could do half of what you think it could, anyone would get their hands on it. Who got their handlers wouldn't part with it easily. So how much? Brandon can afford, that's for sure. I don't know about that. I've got pretty nice stock options. Maybe you do have the money, but that's not the issue. I can't sell it. It's already been spoken for. End of discussion. Or sure you can something that's already been spoken for. But things in the space all the time. Delivery carriers showing up on the wrong address, missing packages ending up in the backs of storage facilities, merchandise falling off the back of the proverbial truck. Yeah, we weren't sent here on some errand. Shit. What is it? Take a long look, boys, cause you may never get to see another chance. We're breathing the same air as a genuine consultant. You're some kind of mechanic spy? If OS couldn't exactly come out and say now, could I? Oh shit. Is it really this easy? Yeah, that's real smart talk. Now give me one reason I shouldn't paint your brains onto the wall. Because I still haven't paid for my purchase? Definitely governor or consultant. They teach you that at some fancy uptown corporate school? Or was it something you were born with? Something I was born with? Probably. But believe it or not, I'm glad we're having this conversation. Honestly, always speeds up the negotiation. So in the spirit of cooperation, why don't you start being honest too? How's that? I don't want my money, traceable or otherwise. Only reason you entertain a customer while in the middle of whatever bottleneck you've been keeping behind that door is because I have something rare that you desperately need. Under some desperation or need. How about want? You want the dark card, the account itself, not whatever shitcoin currency it holds. And why is that? To steal from your bosses. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. They're the ones stealing from us. Yeah, I'm sure you have very legitimate grounds for wage thefts out, but I don't care. Whenever it's for running away, skimming off the top, or just as insurance, you want a wallet they don't have eyes on. Since your tall friend hasn't missed me yet, it seems you're willing to barter for it. So, the card for the mask. Not even close. The card plus 2 quarters worth of my salary. That's nearly... Nah, sister, you don't have the cash for this purchase. And they ain't the kind of thing you can get a loan from the bank for. I'd like it, but not cash then. What about information instead? I'm not gonna say it's impossible. one hell of a piece of intel. I could give you heartbreak. Ooh. Nice. What'd she say? Funny. That is funny. Heartbreak, the most famous anarcho-terrorist in the country. On some Max back and call. Upgrade to anarcho-terrorist now? Ah. Lots of people were laughing very hard having chosen the right stocks before each of his kills. Lots of people were laughing very hard having... Yeah, they said that. Hold up, seriously? No, why do people buy these conspiracy shit so easily? I don't get the joke. Why would we want heartbreak? Learn from him? Made an example of him? Hire him? The Bloodbaths have been fighting the rest in Korea. The state and everyone wants a piece of dick for decades, yet heartbreak's gotten more notoriety than all of you combined in only a few months. There's really nothing you want to say to him? Nothing you want to ask him? He was sitting right in front of you? How funny, how very... The following scene contains loud noises, flashes of light, holy shit, it's coming down, division of violence and gore. Hell of a bluff, I'll give you that. Though it was worth a try. Sorry, just procrastinating having to go back to my superiors empty-handed. Nah, it was good effort. I mean, I'm still interested in dark art, it's just... That mask is death sentence. Crafted specifically with one special customer. I'm just the one given the honor. Hang you onto it until... sounds like you got your own choice. Hanging onto it until... Sounds like you got your own office fun. Sorry about getting pulled in every direction. I know the feeling. Well, that was a bunch of drama for nothing. Gonna buy or what, Creek? I'm still buying, not for some kid's party, obviously. Plans were gonna spike the competition at this meet and greet to make the customer think they're drooling idiots. Mask was always a long shot, I was just personally curious. Curiosity can get into trouble down here at the bottom of the world. Don't worry, I like to think I know a thing or two about discretion. I can see that. Let's wrap this up then. Your password and your thumbs, please. Sure. I'll just take off my gloves here. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I knew it was a fake out. Alright, maybe I should do it with hidden UI, huh? Alright. Let's have fun. Real quick, before I forget, do you have a backup for all this? Yeah, actually, got a few in this drawer. The hell? I need to check them for a second. Evil woman, evil woman, whom I adore. Less than one heartbeat. I did tell him to mind the safety. Huh. The big one made a small noise. He looked down to see that his own gun below the fist-shaped chunk out of his torso. Holy sh... Jumped up fast. I was expecting to blow his head off. From behind the motion, a shape charging towards me. Spinning left, I draw my knife, exhale, and lowered my shoulders. There. Loudly broadcast haymaker swing in from his right. Bad instinct. He must have been used to the sparklers making people flinch. I stepped in and his bicep smacked dully onto my shoulder. And I placed my knife directly into his carotid. He's gripping that knife of all the strength he has left. Wait, is he really gonna try to pull it up? Another bad instinct. Oxygen cut off the brain, already losing vision. Red. And dropped to fall the grace of a garbage bag feeding the bottom of the dumpster. So that just leaves... Doesn't move a muscle. US member, weakest in the pack. Personally, I wouldn't have given the new guy in guard duty, but hindsight 2020. Against double barrel, 2 shots. Spent. And Miller still has my knife and a literal death grip. I have to improvise for this last one. Oh, hell yeah. What the hell? Why not? Oh, shit. Though, come to think of it, how do you use this thing? Aim for the bleachers, I guess. Oh, fuck. His dude. Oh, how I've missed you. Unhide it. Episode 2. His dude. Hell the fuck yes. Very good, 3 centimeters into his neck. Must have hit the vertebrae and stopped dead. Still got the job done after a few whacks, but... well, it was my first time with a sword. I've never been very good at anything the first time. And I've never been very good at anything the first time. I've always needed lots of practice. Okay, the music should have deafened the sound of gunfire. That gun was heavily modified. If someone still has its tags and can possibly function properly. I've got a window of opportunity. First thing comes. First thing first, gloves back on. Gosh. Wow, someone's lively. What the... who the hell? Some kind of mod keeping him alive? A cruelty under his circumstances. I could hear that slack tear his intestines apart. The pain alone should have knocked him out cold, yet his fingers are limp, his eyes sharp, paralyzed. There are rules, I thought. That's pulling fast. I've got 4 minutes. 4 minutes for what? Everything. You're no mega assassin, you're too talkative. Who sent you? Fox? Grey lady? Or that red? Should have... Russ' newest rabbit dog? Caribou? It's good how we all give each other nicknames. You're civilian? Where's the mask? Well, who the hell? Just looks right at the desk drawer. I thought you said you played poker. Needed keys. A civilian thief? Is it theft is victimless, is robbery even violence anymore? So you're just out of your goddamn mind. I'm the last person you'll ever talk to, Creek. Your choice, but do you really want to be rude? You seem like you can take it. The key clicks into the small safe and I pull up on the drawer to reveal paperwork. Page after page are spreadsheets and diagrams, text all printed in red. Is this important? Huh. So considerate. Nah, just throw it anywhere. Okay. Was joking. 3 minutes now. Sarcasm will cost you time you don't have. There it is, a gleaming darkness is about to say. That's it. You, all this, all of us, for that? Just for that? I guess I ask that question a lot. Ooh, hello. Would you feel better if I had killed you for a different reason? I kinda wanna screenshot this. If I had a good reason for pulling a hole in your stomach, would it have hurt any less? Still got more than 2 minutes, plenty of time. I could spin up whatever fairy tale you'd like to put you to bed. Bring the mask to my face, and for a brief moment the surge seemed to arrive. You're trying to adjust yourself to me? So it makes sense you want the mask so bad. If I was as hideous as you on the inside, I wouldn't want to go barefaced either. The nerve must have been the worst kind of feeling, being seen by someone you can't even hurt anymore. Well, I see you. Heartbreak. Yeah, big bad faceless heartbreak. I'm just the dumbest punk. Not even I could make... But even I could make it... Oh... Wait. But even I could make you out from... Don't flatter yourself. It's not that you're particularly perceptive. I just don't have anything to hide when a corpse is talking. Personally, I think you've said. So what gives, HBK? You're clearly not an idealist. All the terrorism, rebellion theory is out the window. You got around killing because your daddy smacked you around? Your mommy not hug you enough? My father never laid a hand on me. My brother hugged me a sufficient amount. So what the hell is your excuse? I don't make excuses. What the hell is wrong with you? Less than a minute now. I could spend that time making up a diagnosis if you'd like. Or would you prefer I just come over there and squeeze? How many? Another question straight out of the greatest hits. How can I put this? And how many times have you done bread? Holy shit. Protein charge over here, what the fuck? Yeah, whatever, fucking red D over here. Never. Got a gluten thing, bitch. Whatever. Point is, I am not a collector. This is not my hobby. I do not keep count. There's no code. I do what I want as always, as often as I want to. What Tom built, Hall of the Wall, Hall of the Law, is that it? I don't know what you're referencing, but from where you're sitting, do I really look like law-abiding type? Forget it, at least I know you deserve what's coming. I've heard a lot of empty threats in people's last moment, Craig. They are never that memorable. Told you that mask was a death sentence that was spoken for. They called it a huntsman from overseas. They called in a huntsman from overseas. Home turf. Huntsman can become anyone, go anywhere, kill anything. Supposed to come over and slaughter the rest. That mask was part of his payment. We'll be looking for it. Possession is 9/10 of the law. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Finders keepers? God, forget it. I don't need to scare you. Huntsman, hunter, too much meaning lost. Always though. Better translation was pelt taker. Ooh, tough. He'll find you, flay you alive, wear your skin, then go and murder everyone you will love. She likes. taking me up and dipping out early, and if he'd be dying staring at a face like that. So what has been coming to get me? Nah, they didn't dying me for strong bluffers. I've seen more than a few of them try their hand and improv. Time to move. I need to scuff things up a bit more. Make this look more like an orca shootout than well, a visit from me. Sword was not worth the effort. Lesson learned, but now I have to remove it from. I have to remove it for this next part. His eyes. I can tell the model from the outside. I can make a strong, educated guess for their price range. If they pack up any of the data, it can be more often than an hour. It'll be 10 o'clock soon, but I need something with some heft to it. Skull. See no evil. Well, the but's definitely spent, but his eyes are no longer a problem. And sword is fine where it is. It's gonna tempt fate and risk nicking myself with it. Weapons are inherently disposable. I can pull with anything, so I've never bothered to retrieve one from Deadsman's grip, but I might have need for a knife again shortly, so I'll be talking this back Miller. I had to pry. Is it that they're always grasping? And that's all the burning issues addressed. Time to take care of the chores. To remove my gloves from this, and I could use dark art. That means I handle the murder weapons with my bare hands. Obviously I need to wipe my prints off the gun and my knife, but I put my gloves on before opening Creek's cave and grabbing Tresh's skull, so what does that leave? Focus, no mistakes. Right. First keys, cigarette. The remote. This is the remote I used to distract the big guy. Do I have prints of it, of course, but should I turn the music back off? No, it was playing when I first walked in. Best to preserve continuity. And besides, what was this yet? Like it loud screws the bugs. Was right about that much. A little smoke smell never hurts. The card. Dark card played its role as bait perfectly, even if it's the reason I'm having to go around wiping up prints. I'll never be able to pull fans off of it, so you might be able to use it again if it's stuck. Creek must drop it harder than I realized. Getting shot in the stomach doesn't help with hunting delicate electronics. I'm gonna risk taking the whole reader with me. It could have any number of pings and strings leading back to the manufacturer, even the blue ones themselves. I'll lap the dark card off and then set the whole reader back on the desk. For all anyone knows, Creek spotted it off some slummer when they're trying to, in vain to get beer money off of it. I know full damn well the sword. I gripped the handle with both hands when I drove it down on his neck. Thinking back, I dragged the tip across the floor, didn't I? Shit probably got Miller's blood on it. That's sloppy. Stupid. Why the hell did I? No, forget it. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. Forget the skinny vibe, but there's no cleaning agent on Earth to hide blood from other forensic teams, and I'm not looking to do an encore performance of my reaction to the goddamn fickle bobbies. Right, the keys I took of him to open the safe. The blue blaster you're going to find out I took the mask eventually, but I see no reason to give them any hints. And no of chance the police got here first. They not to investigate this robbery. All this to say, you can have these back, Creek. I mean, I was also seen on camera. That's probably something I should address, but I don't know where. Pretty sure I didn't touch anything else. I'm didn't exactly spend the night on this. Am I good here? What else is in there? Sometimes when you think back, even if you did anything, maybe your character sometimes remembers something that would not be possible to do otherwise, but I'm pretty sure that's it, other than the camera. This is a strange situation raising your presence, like a sense of supremely private accomplishment, like placing the last piece in a milk-white jigsaw puzzle and then throwing it in the trash. It's not unpleasant, but I can't linger here any longer to savor it. Time to draw this to a close. Thank God for the mask. I can still tell it smells god-awful in here, but it's bearable. Rehydrated sweat and vomit, sense full of adrenaline and sickly heat. Unfiltered, I'd be at risk of getting sick if it weren't for the blood. Right. Holy shit. What to do with you? Blindfolded, gagged, hangs about him, with plastic ties and linen wrappings, beaten bloody and dragged the syringes. I wanted him to stay conscious. Not very popular, are you? Still, you're not dead. And with these kinds of injuries, you won't die soon. Not without a push. That might be the most terrible thing to do under these circumstances. You must have pushed for death at least once during all this torture. Too bad. Well, for one, the heartbreak killer doesn't want to kill, and it's the guy that wants to die. How very convenient. But that part, the door is now in splinters. Anyone walking in after me won't realize that this room was rocked from the outside. This captain has some gun in his hand and a blade. There'll be nothing stopping him from stepping out of here and butchering his captors. The Brutals will want someone to blame for the deaths of 4 of their men. And unlike the police, they won't bother arresting an innocent man and putting up on trial for the world to see. They'll wrap things up for me. Hold that for me. As for the gun. As with that, don't think we stuck the gun in your waistband, pal. Oh. Okay, I can see how that would be distressing under circumstances. Well, you can relax about that, it's not loaded. A few minutes from now, you're gonna wish it was. Load again already? Rest up all you can. When you wake up, you'll want to start running. .35 PM, August 14, 2086. Like I practiced. Irasai. Irashai. Irashaimaste. Keep working on it, kid. Kintsugi. Didn't mean to interrupt you in the middle of training your new employee. How's it working out? Bah, it is she, right? Never worked this close on that before. She's unbearably forgiving, so I'd love you to get sued. She's fine. Good at clean, precise with mixing, knows a hell of a lot of trivia. Popular with the younger crowd, I think. This is the place with the Android bartender. They look like I installed a new karaoke machine. I didn't know you had a younger crowd. Funny. Does that make you grandma? More of a learning curve to her than I was expecting. Did you cheap out on her base insults? That I can have to teach her everything. Trust me, there's nothing cheap about Sierra. Does she have a new apprentice Kintsugi paralegal UAD 200 kilograms just below Splintfield diopter wing and Chun folding clothes. This like mobs file line for 80 bucks. I get to a full split, but that's not useless. As you can see, as you think, so shall you become. I tend to use Adonai's makeup and broken lips. Dummy. naturally strict regulated and what system under single interest order the masterty and sacred techniques of the predecessor. Not strict adherence to tradition and seniority made it difficult for the present practice to spread and flourish during the 21st century. Performers wear archetypal costumes and masks and must convey emotion simply through precise movement. Masks are masterfully crafted such that a single static mask can convey sorrow, fury, joy, or terror by merely angling the head differently. Alright, I gotta fucking... wait. Witness me and despair. Before I am back. God, why is it so loud? Jesus. Right. I'm having cheap about Sierra. Yes, she can take a minute on learning the ropes. Grin and bear it a little while longer. Once she does find her footing, she'll have you worried about your job security in no time. Give it up. I didn't have to do the favor of hiring her, you know. Favor? Plenty of people out there who kill to work at an up-and-coming bespoke establishment like Barking Sugi. I think I hear them pounding at the door now. Technically, legally, didn't hire anyone. I generously offered to loan you my Android during the hours, which I have no use for it. Because the agent hours aren't uncommon. Androids can, in theory, work 24 hours a day indefinitely, but their users can't. Parents come home from work, people go to sleep, staff take holidays, offices close for the night. The end result of all that slack is a lot of Androids spend a good portion of their operating time waiting around. So the more enterprising owners loan them out during that downtime, ideally to businesses with complementary working hours. There are plenty of apps and HR software to help arrange it all, but serious apprenticeship wasn't that on the books. During the fallout of David stuff, after the fallout of David stuff settled down, I feel like it's a little bit loud. Am I crazy? The microphone, I mean. I didn't realize that exactly how short-handed I was in our paralegal department. She's Sunday for research and root work, of course. Of course. But she barely sleeps, rarely eats, finishes paperwork lightning speeds. I was spending more time finding shit to keep her busy than I was actually working. Of course, I value my alone time. It was the one on one of those long walks of mine that I recalled Reynard was having trouble getting. It was on one of those long walks of mine that I recalled. I'm taking a walk to the forest, a nice long walk to the forest at night. Or through the city in this case. And I recalled that Reynard was having trouble getting this bar up and running. Takes a village to keep the world's most advanced Android busy. Yeah, alone, whatever. She isn't the one who clocks in and clocks out, does the work, cleans the bathroom. She's the employee. If she wasn't an employee, you'd have to cover her benefits. Then my current income bracket, I checked 3 times. Wait, you're not taking a paycheck, are you? It's not a paycheck. Don't lawyer me on this shit. Sarah can't earn a paycheck. She's not a person. If she walks like a person, talks like a person, and works like a person. Supreme Court disagrees. By 13-0. Wow. Overwhelming. Yeah, well, Supreme Courts have been wrong about this kind of thing before, haven't they? I hear a touche. Sarah, tell the boss here that you spend what you spend your salary on. Finally. Jesus. Owner, operator, Kintsugi. Like celebrities bolting faster learners, like marketing sort of signing things. Collection coins, pet peeve wait pages that take too long to load. Don't mention speed at which Kintsugi's side loads. Nice. Boss here. Wait, actually, I spent my money yet? Is there no new thing? Oh, Sierra on the clock. Oh shit. Fuck, I wanted London. Oh, there is London. Hello, Anne. Hello, London. Cheers. Sierra on the clock. Cool. Tell boss here what you spend your salary on. I have started purchasing cases of wine. What, wait. That's what those deliveries were? As the wine appreciates, its resale value will increase, especially if I can predict which vintages will be in high demand. Since I don't have a bank account, I can't earn interest in the traditional sense. If I stay up to date on the sommelier reviews, so you resell the wine at a profit. That's what they'll do with that money? Stop it, you're making me depressed. I did also purchase a cache why did I say cache? It's cache of street music. I'm pretty sure that game is a little bit quiet. Although, to be fair, in louder moments it's gonna be too loud, so you know. I did also purchase a cache of street music. What? What for? To practice? You're mothering. Forget it, none of my business. Speaking of business, this place isn't exactly packed. Well, are you volunteering to help with that? There are lawyer bars, you know. There are lawyer bars, right? Right? Where all the lawyers go to trials. Insuki could be a lawyer bar. Yeah, those lawyer bars are usually close to the courthouse, though. I'm just done. Everything's signed and paid. I didn't even think about what ifs on location anymore. This is the spot that was available, and I need a soda water with all the stress on my stomach. Sierra Tent Bar. Ahem. What are you buying, stranger? What are you buying? What was that? Boss has been teaching me his bar side manner. His clientele expects a certain degree of maturity when they come here. And so you're using a deeper voice? Is that not working? Please let me know when you're ready to order. Dummy. It's a well-stocked bar. Got tea and coffee too, if that's what you're into. Nice ambience, soft lighting, warm and light and cool on a hot day. All that's left to do is wait for the customers to steam in. Any day now. Rain must have searched for months to find an affordable underground real estate that wasn't flooded. Already filled to the brim of server farms. Putting Sierra on cleaning duty was a good call. If any of the tilling here serves a grime up, start filling a subway station bathroom real fast. Someone leaves us behind after the lunch break. It'll be trouble if they left anything work related on here. I'll help them by throwing the trash after I'm done reading. Sirius debuts new fuel, named new lost lot. Last month, Sirius, yeah. Made use in the scientific community for the 1000th time that there's... Wait, fuck. By distilling... There started carrying cool. They announced that they've been patented the process for distilling a new helium-based fuel, one intended to replace hydrogen in combustion engines ranging from... Okay. Ranging from... One person with vehicles to full size freighters, I so. Only a few days later, they made headlines again when their pattern was leaked to the global net. Now, Proteca, an investment firm and longtime financial banker of Dr. Sirius, has filed a lawsuit alleging not only that Dr. Sirius failed in the responsibilities to protect their investment, but actually allowed the leak to occur. We sat down with Dr. Sirius to ask them to respond to the suit's allegations, to question them about their current legal laws. For those who may not be familiar, what makes your process for distilling helium fuel is unfollowable. In short, if you're not plugged into a outlet, you rely on a battery or you burning fuel. Batteries are useful, but they scale poorly. A battery of size phone is like enough to be weightless in your pocket. A battery-powered plane couldn't generate enough lift to get off the ground. Now, aside from a number of closely guarded national reserves, there are no fossil fuels left, and good fucking riddance. The wells were pumped dry years ago, so after we were forced to adapt in rather abrupt period of growing pains, hydrogen has become the global standard for fueling long-distance machinery. Therein lies the problem. The plane I took to get here runs on hydrogen. It produces nothing but water vapor. What's the problem? The problem is that labor is fueling your plane before it took off had their fingers crossed the entire time. I'm afraid if the absolute grounding field failed, one static spark could blow up the whole airport. What makes helium superior? The helium-2 fuel we've developed is not pure helium to be clear, but near enough. Unlike hydrogen fuels, what we've created is non-combustible. Pretty big upside in my opinion if the alternative is fucking exploding. The helium-2 fuel is, yeah. You could fire a flamethrower over tank of it and remain perfectly safe. How does a non-combustible fuel power combustion engines? He2 is not combustible, but in the presence of our specialist catalyst, it can be ignited to generate force comparative to, or in some tests, superior to, the horsepower exhibited by hydrogen engines. What's the catch? So far, it's expensive to distill, and the catalyst materials are even more expensive to produce. We have yet to even simulate a profitable commercial flight, for instance. That's a pretty serious catch. Still, it wasn't profitable before a Bessemer process. Things pan out from still seconds just fine. Are you hoping for someone else to do that? Improve upon your process? Know where you're going with this, but the answer is yes, of course. I'd be overjoyed for someone to improve upon what we've built. That's essentially what Proteca has accused you of doing, isn't it? They get your data intentionally so the others around the world are free to start experimenting with it. I don't think it's legally wise for me to try and summarize Proteca's laws against me in my laboratory. Listen, emergency is limitless, it cannot be expanded. By that virtue, there cannot be scarcity of it. You will never have a monopoly on it. But since it is infinite, the correct market price for it will over long enough time trend to zero. I don't think I'm being cynical when I say that some people who don't like that I don't think I'm being cynical when I say there are people who don't like that very basic math. I'm going to stop you here because you're getting into our next topic, your politics. Do you consider yourself a political person? No. Are you? Holy shit. Are you? Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party? No. Do you believe science should be apolitical? Yes. So why is it that you are so frequently invoked as an example of the liberal bias in the sciences? Science is not political. Science is progress, moving forward, learning more about the universe, deepening our understanding of its mechanics, and that progress will never be conservative. Science doesn't move backwards. Calling all conservatives backwards is... Wait, fuck. Not why I said, but you're free to interpret it as you like. What's not open to debate is this. What makes something science has nothing to do with... What makes something science has nothing to do with works on it. It has nothing to do with class, or power, or money, or even majority rule. Science is reproducible, no miracles required, miracles are prohibited. If one person can do it, anyone can do it, and some science is inherently egalitarian, which I assume is just for everyone. But I'll make sure to check it. Egalitarian. Believing in based on the principle that other people are equal. Oh, so yeah, for everyone. Made equal under science or whatever. Makes sense. Alright. In that case, yeah, I mean, fucking science is apolitical. I am very smart. I am apolitical, by the way, and I'm going to kill myself. I would strangle this person to death with my bare hands if I met them IRL, but like, I guess, fucking fair enough. I mean, they make some good points. It's obviously like, you know, you can't be entirely wrong on a premise that we want on the premise that bases itself on facts, but obviously the bias still pierce through, which is nice, you know. It's very impressive that a writer can write a game where a character is so inherently complex that I can genuinely hate them as a person but understand their perspective, which is cool. I like that. Wait, what the fuck did I just say? Fuck. Okay, sorry, I'm messing something. Bleh, whatever. If someone feels that because of that science has a bias against them, that then only speaks on their own politics and on the failings of their scientific community too. And here's the paywall. Alright. For a pop sci figurehead, Sirius sure keeps busy. Because I don't have any evidence proving they aren't legitimately brilliant, I can take seriously anyone who guest stars on TV that much. Then they did seem to be making progress with new kinds of, well, fuels. Some of the only new fuels we've seen in decades. It could be decades longer before it's actually practical, but any new fuel has to be less volatile than hydrogen. I mean, yeah, blowing up is pretty volatile. Let's say, I don't think anything could realistically be worse than it. Please don't throw that data pad out. Its owner might come back. Cool. Like, I'm pretty sure I read that. Yeah, that was in the first. Yeah. Okay, Shira, whatever. Perish the thought. Though not doubt you plant the APK into my head. Funny. A self-fulfilling prophecy. Funny. And I'm like 97% sure that's it. Yep. Oh, come on, can't sing karaoke. I would have done. No, I'm not doing this to anyone. To myself, to whoever's watching, to whoever who might watch the VOD later, to myself again, who will probably review it and then never edit it because I'm a lazy bum. Yeah. I've had a long day, should I just go ahead and order the drink? Yep. Give me some beer. Beer. Love me some beer. Always up for some beer. I think I'm ready for order for I'll take Sarah, go wipe the tables for a bit. No one has sat on them, Sarah's cleaned them. And pretend to clean them like a normal employee. Yes, Sarah, learn to be a bum at work. Like me. No, not like Yamani, like me. They bummed up around at work. It's an art form, really. If you think about it. You know? Yeah, wait. One moment, gotta check something. Yep. Understood. It's got you so tense. Take a wild guess. Sierra asked for a raise? Be serious, Red. What happened last night? Your information was accurate for the most part. Thought of my level blue bloods had it. Seemed like they were told to sit on it. Weren't they willing to sell it? Nope. Laughed at my price, called me a spoiled meg, and kicked my butt out the door. They weren't curious where you got that information from? Honestly, no. Rushed me out of there pretty fast once they heard my offer. They expecting more company? Got the impression they had work to get back to. Okay. Anything else I should know? No. Anything you wanna ask me? How did you two meet? Oh, cool. New track. Hell yeah. Peanuts. I agree, Dank. Thank you. How's your day been, Dank? That's right, you're not getting out of this that easy. Just got home from work. Nice. Was it exhausting or something? I mean, I guess it's work, right? But you know, no beer. Hell yeah! Love me some beer. Hell yeah! And oh, luxury. Actually, no bacon. What the fuck? Oh man, this sucks. Sad, yeah. Fuck. I think I have some bacon in the fridge. I could. Wait. I'll lower the volume. I'll lower the game volume just a tiny bit. Or maybe not. Actually, on the stream it's fine. I'm pretty sure it's just here. Wait. Where is Anna? She is not watching. I don't think she was watching at any point. Unless you mean like on the server, in which case she's in online. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just you know, streaming into the void, I guess. Man, you really got me like wanting for bacon. Actually, when I finish for today, I'm probably gonna make some for myself. Love me some bacon. I need to play Bloodborne. True, same. I've been thinking, yeah, I gotta play Bloodborne, but then I don't because I'm procrastinating, having fun. I don't know. Yeah, actually, I didn't buy the PS4 for it, you know, but like, I basically just played it once on PS4. I'm probably just gonna play it on PC, as I said. Yeah. No anti-aliasing hurts. Yep. Yeah, I mean, if that was the worst of it, honestly, like, Jesus Christ, the PS4 graphics are just rough. For Bloodborne specifically. It's like low resolution. I mean, it depends on what kind of PS4 you have, but like, yeah, 30 FPS. No, I'm not saying 30 FPS, but I'm more like, yeah, anti-aliasing is a big part, I agree, but I think at least my PS4 was like just a weaker system, you know? So it was running like a 1080 on a TV, on like a big TV, so you can probably imagine how that looked. The refurbished one. Oh, okay, cool. Well, then in that case, you're probably gonna have something a little bit better. Obviously. That's probably a 10 Ti. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. That's better. Definitely better when I have K1 technology. I mean, yeah, but like it's you know, it's like comparatively to mine, mine was like one singular rock. Yours is like two rocks. You know, that's better. Two rocks is better than one. Anyway, rocks I have are blunty. Well, that's what. I guess you want a sharp rock, huh? And broken. Well, you can like throw them. It's like gravel, you know. Stoning and all shit like that. You can stone people with your rocks. I mean, I personally would think that's a great idea, but like, you know, suit yourself, I guess. Alright, I should probably like put the stream chat on like the stream. Yeah. if I can make it transparent. Yeah, I got a fucking scam bot here before, you know? I was like low-key just speaking to it because nobody else was in chat, and I was like, oh, maybe it's the real person, like on the off chance, but then they started talking about, you know, I've got something for you if you mind share. It's like, okay, it's a bot. Yeah, digital artists running a small business of art with like, yeah, just asking for commissions. It fucking sucks. I mean, listen, I wouldn't mind per se if this was like a real person, but like I've known these types of people, you know, quote people, you know. It's like it's always bots. How the hell do I make this like work? Someone calling me? I hope not. Give me a moment. Alright, sorry. Yeah, fair. I'm gonna go through, since I'm playing Road Trader on a hill today. I go, alright, have fun. Have fun, Dunk. See ya. Chat. Okay, so I'm looking for. What am I looking for here? No, not like this. Alright, I gotta look how to do this actually. OBS chat, how to make transparent. It's probably an add-on, right? Key color filter to the browser source, whatever hell that means. No, that's not right. The fuck off. Jesus. Yeah, I'll just put it here. Usually nothing important happening here, right? Hopefully. Oh, of course it. Of course. To nobody's surprise, it disappears completely when I clicked on the window. Splendid. And like pin it to the window or something. Guess not. Well, shit. Guess there's no chat. Alright, let's get back into it. Wait, no. Second hand, I told you not to polish them and in there to keep things fluffy. Lo-fi. Is it that inappropriate of a question? You lived in the city for decades, boss, but Adonai doesn't move here until she started her apprenticeship as masters, and if you're gonna tell people my whole life story at every possible opportunity, I'll just shed my resume and start making around instead. Funny. But grumpy ... How we met, huh? Well, that story's not very good. Let's skip to the end and cut to the heart of our relationship. Sierra. I pair Reynard a finder's fee and he tells me where I can get the high-stakes poker games. It's not a lie. Now you know my terrible secret. Oh, woe is me. Or something, I don't know. Disappointed? It's not illegal to gamble. I don't go on my phone and wager my paycheck stubs on point spreads. I gamble. Oh, she's a real one. She's a real gambler. She gambles for real. For real. For realsies. Yeah. Anyway. Since I can't afford the entrance fees for one of those anonymous maskable cold vibe blimp casinos the rich go to, I count on your boss here to find me tables to play at. Guilty. To travel to the lower wards to gamble legally. Truth be told, I've had my suspicions. Bonk. Seeing you go out at such odd hours without so much as your phone. You gotta turn me in? Sorry, you gonna turn me in? Oh cool, it moves. Irashai. There is more firm. Irashai. Two firm-looking men in finely processed black suits with shade stains and some black. They must have needed molded eyes to see behind them. From behind? Was it from behind them? From behind them, yeah. I ate a word. I am hungry, so I ate a word. Despite the subtle color palette, they stand out. It's hard not to in clothes that look that expensive. Clothes with some kind of pin on them. Matching pins. Ooh, they're in a secret fan club. The club, not fun. Well, maybe a fun club, you know. Who knows? Suit noir. Shade slick. More emphasis on the ra. I just heard the delivery drones barking around outside Sierra. Did you check out the back? Your vintages might have arrived. Go on. Please excuse me then. Afternoon then, gentlemen. What can I do for you? Mr. Diamani. Pardon for dropping in without first making an appointment. No trouble at all. Still getting the place cleaned up. I'm awfully embarrassed that I failed to realize the property lay within your borders. To come with me to the back, I'll be happy to settle whatever debt. Look, we look like petty landlords to you. If you owed us tribute, you'd know it by now. My mistake. Well, if you're here for information, I'll gladly will and deal. How about you? We're not here to shop either. We're here to looking for Morgan. Ooh, our girl is in trouble. Well, nothing ringing the bells, Mr. Diamani? Right. Listen, boys, I'm not sure. Sorry. Had something blaring in my ear, but I'm a Morgan, Esquire specifically. How can I be of service? I mostly practice criminal defense, but I do offer a few other services. Due to the corporate, I can recommend some good workplace attorneys. With a business card somewhere. We're interested in that. Of course not. Well, I'm flattered that you come all the way here to find me. You must have already tried the home office we can set something up for. You need to come with us now, ma'am. Hey, I thought you said there was nothing I needed to know. Business day's over for me, gentlemen. Can this matter wait until tomorrow? Does it look like it again? Great manners, this one. Time sensitive then. My rate will have to reflect that. Send us the bill. We can afford it. Music to any lawyer's ears. So who is we then? You think you're funny? Compared to you? Morgan. These fine gentlemen are from House Ikaria. I'm familiar. You are? I've seen their name in the papers. I did indeed. Plastered your name all over the town, opera houses and home. It's for the sick or whatever. But I didn't recognize that name when those blue-bloods were cursing it last night, so maybe that propaganda's working. Doesn't matter how generous they are at galas, they're the richest and more powerful criminal organization in the city. Rich and powerful. Why bother with the criminal qualifier? Sorry. May I ask about the nature of this engagement? The situation is developing, Mr. Yeah. I somehow already forget his name. Mr. Diamant. I appreciate your patience. That's not what you want to hear. So I gather. Presence has been requested at the family estate, ma'am. For business or the career are always business. Shall we get your coat? Such gentlemen, knew these suits weren't dressed for show. I can see myself out there fine though. Adonai? What's going on? Are you going somewhere? That's why they pay me the big bucks. These men are very athletic. Perhaps I should go. Perhaps I should come with you. If they want to arm wrestle, you'll be the first to know. Call me and get there, yeah. I'm actually in danger. I won't even be conscious when I arrive, but I appreciate the thought. I think I have 10 minutes. I think I can spare. Boss, who are this men really? New client for Morgan, really? Hopefully. Hopefully? Yeah, hopefully, because if House Ikaria puts her on retainer, she'll be able to buy you as much wine as you like. What do you mean by house? Alright, pay attention. If I'm gonna lecture, might as well try to teach. Start advice. On a lot of it, but low surface area, but never use cash, okay? Search the melted liquor, water's holding down. Okay, I see, we're going with allegories. Pretty nice. Allegories? I guess that's a more correct way to pronounce this. Understood. 1.5 ounces of vodka, and what do we look for in a good vodka? Smoothness. Correct. It's the mark of quality, making the bitter go down easily. So, the nobility, you know what that is? Historically, the ruling class has enforced through economic or military might and maintained by familial relations. Juices of a full line, look for a little spring and a consistent color across the skin. Nobility, old money is another word for it, and the older it is, the slower it moves. Only so much wealth people accrue in one lifetime, collecting from serfs and selling horses. But the Industrial Revolution comes along, shows the world what real wealth acquisition looks like, and you get new money, which always dwarfs old money. Inflation and split inheritances shape away at any generational wealth that's liquid. Now, new money and old money didn't like each other. Doesn't new money eventually become old money? If the old money can help it, no one ever becomes old money. Triple sec, 1 ounce. My family was new money, tried to make the transition, join the right clubs, shake the right hands, make the right marriages, laugh at the bad jokes. Bad jokes can be entertaining them in their own right. Not the kind of bad I'm talking about. I don't understand. That's alright, you shouldn't need to know. But what do you mean your family was new money? Times change about wait, I'm just trying to make the chat make sense. Alright, this is good. I'll just make this a little bit better, and yep, this works. Okay. About 3 years ago, recession, depression, as political upheaval. Most people, they were so scared they could barely think about tomorrow, let alone next year. But decent man's chaos is a cruel man's investment opportunity. While everyone else was panic selling off everything they could to buy food and water, a certain type of personality was buying, for pennies on the dollar as it were. Give me a peel from the line, as shallow as possible. Any white you see is just better. 1 ounce of gin. They were rough years, but they passed. At the end of it all, some were left standing with a lot more than they came in with. New money? A new kind of new money. And the new nobility. New ability if you're writing a think piece. Oh, short. Okay, good. Slang term for the nouveau rich, new money. Families that arose in the second half of the 21st century amidst global economic turmoil. Name carries a negative connotation and is meant to criticize the way these families style themselves to be nobility or even as a second estate that ministers global power as long as the first governments and third corporations. User also frequently used for what and the nobility's family, how to marry to wealth, and define nouveau. Unabashed oligarchs and devourer barons. When the governments of the world tried to re-privatize the industries that they have taken over with emergency powers, they were taken to snatch them, and they started at the bottom: steel, fuel, grain, machine parts, medicine. Here enters House Icaria. Or that's how they exited. They went into the red decade as the Icaria cartel, drug smugglers and extortionists, thieves and murderers. They came out as one of the richest, most respectable, in quotes, names in the country. And they actually stopped doing any of that thieving and murdering, mind you. Put the top on tight, then shake. So they are crime family. They are a crime family, like a mob, like the mob. Is it the 21st century kid? It's muddier than that. Muddier than that, yeah. Osigari is not literally one family, not even one race or creed. They're simply the strongest criminal organization in the city, on paper, but not in practice. Practice is what they're lacking. Abbott had to get their hands dirty, had to maintain a presence in the lower worlds in years. They make their profits from investments, blackmail, and more little insider trading. So they're criminal, yes, but their muscles atrophied. Time for a taste test. That's not right at all. Now, what did I forget? Boss? There must have been other criminal organizations 30 years ago. Other poised to take advantage of the changing times. Yeah, so what did their Korea do to set themselves apart from the rest back then? Act stupid. Most important ingredient. Drop of grenadine. There was blood. The Lady Maria. Ooh, it's beautiful. This is nothing. This is the frosted glass for a customer. Looks like a ruby in the right lighting. If you do end up holding red warmth of the Korea, don't let the warmth of the golden furnishing confuse you. All that glitter is cold. All that glitters is cold, sorry. It's funny because hey, all that glitters is cold, but it's cold. Pretty cool. Nice looking. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna screw off for the night because I don't think I'm just gonna rush through this entire thing in one day. Nope, not what I'm gonna do actually, surprisingly enough. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna not do that, so you know. So yeah. Anywho, it was fun stream. At least some people came in. You know, I got to talk to Nova for like a second. I think I was like a little late on that one, and I kind of blew it. But you know, it happens, I guess. And I talked to what I assumed to be a bot, or like at least a scammer. And then Dank came in and followed me, which is nice. Very nice of him. Hope he's having fun playing Rogue Trader. Never, I mean, I did hear something about that game. Didn't really, you know, don't know much other than that. So yeah. Anyways, I am living. Goodbye. And to whoever's watching or not watching or watching the VOD, that ever if someone's insane enough to do that. I wish you only the best on this fine night, day, evening, noon, whatever, you know. Just, I'm not gonna. I was gonna say something, but nah, I'm not quoting her. Not today. But yeah, have a good one, and don't die, I guess. Lol.